Hello everybody, so today I'm going to teach you guys the basics of programming in a new programming language Apple unveiled yesterday at WWDC called Swift. Now, Apple did publish an ebook called Swift, basically the documentation and how to write programs using it, but it's always better to have some kind of vocal or visual representation, which is why I'm here. I want to be one of the first people to show you how to write a program using Swift. So, I'm currently running OS X Yosemite. So we're going to open up the Xcode 6 beta, and I'm going to explain to you everything that's written here. I am currently using Playground, which is one of the things I unveiled yesterday, which basically you can write code, and it has an immediate output. Let's take a look. There are two ways to create a variable, let and var. Let is for constants, basically saying you declare the value once, and it never changes. Var is for variables that will have a value that will be changing constantly throughout the program itself. Alright? You don't have to say that it has a certain data type. I've explicitly written it here because there is a way to say, okay, I want it to have the specific type of float or int. But you don't have to. You can get rid of this :int and still have the variable be a valid variable. Alright? So here we've said that let constant of type int is equal to 7, and var any number of type float is equal to 3.14. You can do without it. You can have an implicit variable where basically you're saying, okay, go ahead and just declare whatever data type you want. You're the compiler, you know what you're doing. Alright? Now, we can also assign variables string values, and say you want to put a variable, let's say with type int, into a string. This is how you can do it. Basically, I've created the variable label with string value of this string has a value of, and I've combined it with constant here in const label, which is label plus the string value of constant. Because any other way without string, you just be adding a number and a string, which ultimately has a value of 0 or null. Alright? You can also do it another way without this second line, where all you do is you have the string, and inside you can just put in the variable with the backslash, and in parentheses you write the name of the variable. And as you can see, they have the same output. It's just you have one less line of code. It's cleaner. You can create arrays like so. You don't have to use var, by the way. It's just kind of a habit for me. You can use let or var, whatever. But just remember, you can only declare let once. You can't change the value. Here I've created a simple array with numbers 1 through 5. And I've also created a dictionary, which basically has a key and a value. So here I have deleph1, and that's 1. WWDC is 2. Make sure you don't forget the commas. Commas are important. I keep forgetting them for some reason. And here if I write dict and then I put whatever key I want, I get its value, which is 1. Now if I just type in dict without saying what key I want, I'll get the key and the value pairs. I can also create empty dictionaries and empty arrays like so. I give it a constant or variable, and I give it a name, and it says dictionary, and the two types. Now the first type is your key type, and the second type is your value type. Every time you make one, it's always going to have a string key type. Your value type can be an integer or floating point number though. And your array, what type of values are going into your array? What type of elements they'll have. So if you have an integer, you can change that to int. Alright, but usually it'll probably be string. Alright, so this is all covered in the Swift ebook. It's just that it's always good to have vocal representation for it. Here you see we have immediate outputs in Playground. I'm sorry if this wasn't entirely clear. I tried to make it as clear as possible in as short amount of time as possible. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll make more as time goes on. I am leaving to go overseas the 8th of June, so I'm not going to be able to make as many videos. I am going to be overseas and I'm going to make a ton of videos there. I'll just come back and upload them in bulk. Alright? I also have a couple other videos I'm probably going to make today for other stuff in Yosemite and on iOS 8 because I am a developer, so I have access to those kinds of things. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching.